Hello, everyone. Now, before this what if starts, there are two things that I would like to make, clear, what if wise. But I'll start out with the big one first, and that is our Plunder Charlotte one. And don't worry, everyone, that one will not be gone forever. It will be returning. It's just going through a very, very big rewrite. As the original way that we had it set up, it was either going to be too short or too long of a what if. So we're rewriting it to make it better, and so some of you guys will be more interested. Instead of it being basically a carbon copy of Charlotte, but in the My Hero universe. So yeah. Now with that out of the way, I know a lot of you guys have been asking for, part 1 of our vampire what if. There are some conditions for, new parts to be made on your guys' end. Because every 50 subscribers we gain, a new part will be added to that video. As if we can reach, 2K and 500, then that will be the end of that what if, and we'll move on to the next special. And that's how we'll be doing our specials for now on, everyone on the channel. The more subscribers we gain, basically, the more you guys get to see some of our more better what ifs, in a way. So, yeah. This is mostly just to, grow the channel and mainly allow me and Matthew to gain a larger pool to, read from. So that way we can, make our what ifs better, and so I can eventually start writing, actual stories at some point. So yeah. Hopefully you guys will understand why we have that system set up for that particular what if. So yeah. With that out of the way, let's begin. As I just want to say a few things first before we actually start the what if. And this is important for those of you who, might not enjoy, because this will take heavily from history and Black Lagoon, the anime. So yeah. So if you guys can't stand what's in this what if, I don't want you guys to force yourselves to watch it. Alright? Because this one's supposed to be a lot more darker and a lot more close to, real life in a way. With problems here and there that not a lot of people, bring attention to, really. But with me now telling you guys this, we can actually start the what if. So yeah. As we cut to, an alleyway. As it is the middle of night. As we see a doctor in a white lab coat walk down, this alleyway. As he meets up with two, sketchy men. As one's holding a briefcase with a unknown content. As the doctor has his, own. As the one man beside the man with the briefcase speaks up, saying, Ah, Doctor, you made it. I find I might have to send, some of our hounds after you. With the doctor, shaking his head, saying, no need for that. I can promise you, I actually have something worth your time and your money. Just please don't target my family. With the man just laughing, walking over and throwing his arm around the doctor, saying, alright then. How about we go deeper in so that way, we don't get watched. After all, I heard the streets can get, lots of ears around this time of day. As they would go deeper into, the alley. As they, walk up to, a door that's made out of metal. As the man with the briefcase would knock on it, as a hole would slide open. As the man would get looked at. As the door would open up. As the three men would, come inside. As we can see, cages all over. Along with crates everywhere. From weapon crates to drugs to, people and children. As they finally make it to, a secure room. As the man who was being friendly with the doctor unwraps his arm and sits down in his seat, lighting a cigarette. As there's multiple men in the room, all holding, AK-74s. As the doctor is, kinda nervous. As the man just simply begins, please, take a seat, doctor. As long as you're here and, brought what you told us you were going to bring, I won't have my men riddle you with holes. Roanapur needs, more stock, in a way. With the doctor gulping, hearing the name of the city of the dead. A place that even the most powerful of heroes not even dare to tread. As the doctor would sit down, as he would just nod, saying, yes, I have what you, asked for. I kept on looking for, kids with unique quirks, or that might grow into being, interesting to certain people. As the doctor would just simply, open up his briefcase quickly and hand a folder to, the man. As the man would just hum and nod, grabbing the folder, opening up, saying, can't grab that one, nope. That one's, from a hero family, don't want to make a war with them. That one's of the Yarozu's line, can't take her. Here's an interesting one. Quirk Weapons Master. Age 4. Area of residence? Alright. Seems doable enough. Family ties? Minor ties to the Yarozus and, the law. but I'm sure my people can work with this. As the man would pull out, well, only one file from, well, the large folder, as a picture of, well, a very young green-haired girl is on it, smiling. With the name Izumi Midoriya written on, well, a white sticker on the edge of the envelope. As the man at the desk would simply just toss, well, the folder at the doctor, with the doctor quickly catching it, with some pages sliding out here and there. As the man would simply pull out his cigarette, saying, So, Doc, tell me, do you think this one can be bought by, well, these people? With the doctor shaking his head, saying, No, I don't think so. She comes from a very loving family. I don't think that either of them would ever put a price on her. As the man would just simply, well, sigh, with a bit of smoke coming out of his mouth, as he would just simply say, Well then, that's a shame. Can't take her with both of them there. We'll just have to shadow that family for a little bit and get her when, well, nobody's looking. As the man at the desk would nod at the man with the briefcase. As the man would simply put it on the desk, open it, showing, well, the money to the doctor, saying, As our boss promised, here's your money. I'll be escorting you out of here. As the doctor would simply nod, saying, Thank you, I'll make sure to have more for you for next month. As the man would just simply nod, saying, I hope so. As the doctor would, well, leave with the man who had the briefcase originally. As we see, well, the man now has the folder in his hand, as he's staring at the picture of, well, the 4-year-old version of Izumi, as he gives a wicked smile, plucks the cigarette out of his mouth, and burns, well, the photo, saying, Looks like there'll be another dead soon for Roanapur. Weapon Master. Can't imagine how much she'll sell for in the slave market. As the rest of the men would not, well, even change their position or their look. As 6 weeks would pass, as it's been 2 months. As we cut to, well, Izumi with her father Hisashi. As they're walking down, well, an area. As Hisashi, well, had to bring his daughter with him somewhere. As they're cutting through, well, areas that are not very, well, nice to bring children. as Izumi notices something. A van. It's been steadily following them, with Izumi becoming a bit nervous, pulling on, Hasashi's sleeve, saying, "Dad? Why is that weird van following us?" With Hasashi, turning around, with his eyes going wide, as he grabs, Izumi's arm and starts running, with Izumi being a bit startled, with Izumi asking, "Dad, what's wrong?" With Hasashi saying, "Izumi, we need to go. The people in that van are bad news." With Hasashi in his head thinking, "God damn it, why did the dead have to follow me here too?" As Hasashi thinks that, his past has finally caught up to him. As Hasashi takes, a sharp turn down an alleyway, as the other side of the alley gets blocked off by another van, as the door would slide open, showing people in, full SWAT gear, but with no police insignia on it. No initials or anything. As Hasashi goes to, take the entrance way that he came through with, Izumi, as the other van that they originally saw blocked the exit as well, as the same doors would open up. This time with, the man that we saw 2 months ago with the doctor, smoking a cigarette, as he walks out with men coming out behind him, with him just saying, "So, Hasashi, it's been a long time. I must say, I'm quite interested to see that you have a kid. I knew you ended up with, that broad, but I'm still shocked that you even married her. But I gotta congratulate you from, escaping the city of the dead. Not many people can, get away from Roanapur's clutches. I will congratulate you on that, old friend. But everything catches up with someone eventually. Toll must be paid for, you leaving Roanapur. But I think your daughter will do nicely. After all, I figured out a nice price for that pretty head of hers." As the man would smile cruelly. As Hasashi, would get ready, as we can hear the cocking of many guns, as they're all pointed at, Hasashi. As Hasashi would untense his muscles, as the man would just, cackle, saying, "Good choice, Hasashi. Good choice." I'll make this worth your while, though. As the man would just simply pull a wad of money out of his coat. As he would toss it at Hasashi's feet, saying, "That's 1K in American." If, per se, we bought your daughter off of you, you could be sitting nice and comfy. Maybe, if you're lucky, have another kid. As Hisashi would just look at the money as he would stomp on it, saying, "You ain't taking my daughter. I left Roanapur fair and square. Why can't you people just leave me alone?" As Izumi is scared as she's hiding behind her dad, as she doesn't know what this Roanapur or City of the Dead even is, or who these men are. But the man's talking like she knows her dad, and she never really knew much of, her father, where he came from. As the man would just simply, shake his head and sign disappointment, saying, "Shame, Hisashi. Don't ever complain I never tried to give you an easy way out here." As the man would just point at, Hisashi and Izumi, saying, "Grab the girl. I don't care what you do with the old man." As the man would just walk back into the van, as the doors would close, as the men would slowly, advance. As Hisashi would feel a tug and, hear a scream from behind him, as he would see, there's a cord wrapped around Izumi's leg as it's dragging her, towards the group of men in the SWAT gear. As Hisashi goes to, run, only to, get the butt of a AK-74 in the back of his head. As the one who hit him starts holding him down, as another one comes over only to drug him, as he's watching his daughter, get tied up, as all he can do is watch as his eyes slowly close. As Izumi had the same treatment as well. As we cut to, a warehouse, as we see the same vans drive in, as it's been about an hour, as they had to, do a few odd routes here and there to, throw off the, nuisances that which are heroes. At least the ones that can't be bought off. As we see, the same man walk out. As he, takes a deep breath in, saying, "Ah." I'm sure this won't come back to bite me at some point. Now I gotta figure out what market to put this girl in. I already have her price figured out. I think 2K in American would suit her pretty nicely. with the quirk that she has. She would be an excellent cleaner for any mafia family. Maybe if the girl's lucky, she'll get bought by the Yakuza here. After all, they do have a pretty big presence in Roanapur at the moment. As we can hear, well, a cage being slid out of a van, as one of the men in, well, the SWAT armor would walk up saying, "Boss, where do you want the package?" With the man becoming a bit irritated, saying, "I don't care where you put the brat. Hell, you can put her with the rest of the rabble for all I care. She's nothing more than a quick buck for all of us. Understood?" With the man in the SWAT armor just nodding, saying, "Very well, sir." As that man would start barking orders to the rest of the SWAT force, telling them to, well, put her with the rest. As the man's assistant would walk up to him, saying, "Sir, the ship will be coming tonight. It would like us to make sure that we have everything prepped and ready to be loaded on to, well, the Lady of the Mist." With the man just simply nodding, saying, "Understandable." "Make sure some of our men go with her, though. I heard pirates have been quite a nuisance to her lately." "Understood, sir." "Would you like Beta or Gamma to go with them?" "Send both." "As you wish, sir." As the boss's assistant would, well, go and give the orders to the two groups. As another hour would pass, as Izumi finally wakes up, as she begins to, well, look around. As she's still well tied up, as she tries to, well, move her, well, arms and legs to, well, stand or push herself up into a sitting position. As she sees, well, a bunch of her kids in, well, cages or tied up like her. As she becomes a bit worried. As she would, well, simply start screaming, well, for her dad or mom. As a man in a suit would, well, walk up with a stick and simply jab it into her cage, hitting her in, well, the gut. With him grunting, saying, "Please just shut up and be quiet. It's bad enough that I have to watch you snot-nosed disease-ridden brats." As the man would simply walk off, as a person beside her would, well, crawl over, with it being a much older person, a 9-year-old Overhaul. Saying, "Are you alright?" As Izumi would look at him to see, well, that he has something around his neck, with her just nodding, saying, "It hurts, but I just want to know where I am. Where's my mom and my dad?" With Overhaul giving her a look, saying, "You don't look like you were sold, so you're probably stolen. At the same time, I could be wrong." With her and Overhaul talking for a little while, getting to know each other. With her figuring out what Overhaul's quirk is, Overhaul. As the same man in the suit, the boss, comes strolling down with, well, a much older looking man. With two people behind them. As we can hear, well, the boss talking, saying, "Ah, Mr. Yakuza. So, I heard you're in the market looking for a cleaner." With the man just nodding, saying, "That I am." "So what do you have for me?" As the boss would give a smile, saying, "Well, I have two, well, very lucrative ones that would make excellent cleaners for your organization." As the boss would stop in front of, well, Izumi and Overhaul's cages, as the man simply, well, steps aside and gives, well, a courteous bow towards the two cages, saying, "This is our current stock, these two. One was generously sold, well, to us. The other one we, well, had a problem with old friend." As the man would just look at, well, the boss, saying, "I would like to talk to each of them." "Are you sure about that, Mr. Yakuza?" With the old man just nodding, saying, "Yes. I want to know if either of them has what it takes to be a cleaner." As the man would simply, well, leave some of his own with the old man, saying, "I will return in 20 minutes. As the old man would just simply nod. As the old man would just pull out, well, a cigar and light it, as he would just simply say, I hate the fact that scum like him is even allowed on my turf. As the old man would take a good look at, well, Overhaul and Izumi, as he mostly kept his eyes on Overhaul, mostly disregarding Izumi, as he would look at Overhaul saying, "What's your name, boy?" With Overhaul just saying, "Well, I don't exactly remember mine. Most people just call me, well, Overhaul around here." With the old man just simply grabbing the clipboard attached to, well, Overhaul's cage, saying, "Ah, so that's your name." Well then, I have a proposition for you, boy. I'm in need of a cleaner, and I can take you away from this place. You'll be paid well, have, well, better housing and not sleeping in your own piss like some kind of animal. Plus, you won't be shipped off to the city of the dead, Roanapur. With Overhaul's, well, eyes lighting up at that. But before Overhaul could say anything, the old man, well, says one more thing. But I need to make sure you have the will to do what's necessary. I need to make sure that you will kill when you need to. Am I understood? With Overhaul nodding rapidly, saying, "Yes, I'll do anything you ask of me, as long as I don't go to Roanapur." As the old man gives, well, a smile, saying, "Then welcome to the family, boy." As the head of, well, the organization of trafficking comes, well, back, saying, "Have you made your choice yet?" With the old man nodding, saying, "I would like to buy the one you call Overhaul. He'll be of use to me in the future." As Izumi has tears going down her face, as she thought Overhaul would, well, at least ask the old man to save her as well. As Overhaul just gives, well, a sad look towards her, as he looks away. As Izumi sees Overhaul basically just get let out of his cage, as he walks off with, well, the old man, as all she can feel is, well, betrayed, as she didn't know Overhaul for, well, very long at all. But she just got her first taste of what Roanapur would be like. A city of survival of the fittest. As that's it, everyone. Hopefully you guys, well, will enjoy this series equally to, well, plunder and, well, I tried to, do the backstory a little bit here. So, probably up to part 2 will be all backstory. So, hopefully you guys will enjoy it, as it will be the setup leading to, her returning to, Japan. And don't worry, certain groups will make a return from Black Lagoon in, this series. So, yeah. So, see you guys later. Don't forget to comment down below. We're always reading your guys' comments. We just might not always reply back. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you guys want, more videos like this. And, don't forget to ring the little bell in case, if you guys want to be alerted whenever we have a new video coming out. Also, link to our Discord will be in the description below. So yeah, see all you guys later.